you grip the belt. So when you start by gripping the belt, it should be at an angle of your wrist so that there should be no space in between the handle and your wrist. That avoids getting any forearm thump, and it also helps you strengthen your grip so that your guard stays in place, which doesn't impact your striking. You want this to strengthen your striking, strengthen your wrist. So at an angle, resting on the hip of your hand so that you're not bending over. Avoid this at all costs. You don't want to constantly be doing a wrist curl. Set it up. When you lie on your back, you want the belt touching your shoulder, elbow very into your head. So you should be nice and tight here. We want to focus on having the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder in one line to the mat when you drive up. And this is going to be an important part. Sports performance is about speed, not about strength. So if you want to do slow grinding strength, do it in a different cycle. This is about being able to explode. I have ego attached to lifting heavy weight too. I know it. I understand it. But we have to avoid trying to lift too much and slowing ourselves down. At this point, we should have done our general strength. We're now evolving on to our sport-specific cycle in our periodization chart. So, light weight, as light as you need to in order to be able to explode off the ground. Now you should be able to see from here, as you exhale and contract, you're going to drive the opposite shoulder into the mat to fire up. As you do, you're rocking onto that shoulder and onto the opposite upper arm. So you're contracting your core to do it. From your core, you're contracting along at an angle, driving up with that hip. You see how this hip's already starting to drive the ground? This foot's driving into the ground. To fire up into the air, off the ground. The bell hangs along the center of the line, all the way down, in between the angle. So if you don't want to be up here, the bell's hanging beyond. You want the bell to rest, so you're driving at a line directly perpendicular to the ground. Not over your head when the bell's pointing. So maybe even slightly lower. As you drive up, opposite shoulder drives into the ground. Come into that upper arm. For the full movement, once you get that explosiveness, you drive that opposite shoulder to the ground. Fire down to your upper arm. Come up onto this forearm. For the full movement, line your shoulder up, look up at the bell, so that your elbow, shoulder, elbow, and wrist are all on the line. When you're coming back down, practice going joint by joint, working back down. But then, eventually, this should be simultaneous, where you're slowing it down, yielding, all at once. Because that's really important, the action you're trying to explode up, but you're trying to slow him on the way down. So you're trying to work a concentric explosion on the way up, eccentric yielding on the way down. The ascending shin roll is different than the traditional Turkish get-up. It's not a tactical get-up from here, where you're placing it up and then getting up. You're rolling on the shin. If you want to improve your ankle and knee health, this is the way to do it, but you need to do it under low load and you need to practice the technique. That will really increase the strength of your knees and your ankles, but it's going to take some time. Don't power through this. Practice. So, as you explode up, all in one line, driving opposite shoulder down, the upper arm, the forearm. When you get to here, extend this leg long and roll onto the instep of the opposite foot. Turn the knee out, come to a standing position. You're going to do the opposite on the way down. Roll the knee underneath the back and give you a different angle. As you explode up, leg comes long, instep, pull the toes back towards the shin, and then come to a squat as you stand up. Reverse the way back down. That's your full get up and the shin roll. The quarter get up is the one that you're going to need most for explosiveness on your ground fighting game. Let me know how your results are doing. Stay in the comment section, come to the forum, keep me updated on your progress.